Hello everyone, it's your Anirudh Venkat here, and welcome to my new chess video. In this chess video, we are going to see a game played between Paul Morphy and Rousseau. In this game, Paul Morphy stays white. Let's look at the game. E4, E5, F4. The ultra-aggressive King's Gambit clearly suited Morphy's carefree style. Nevertheless, it is so rarely adopted by top players nowadays because there is a lot of theory developed of the King's Gambit in these recent times. In the 18th century and 19th century, in that period, the King's Gambit was the main weapon for white and it was so called a main line. After the Steinitz arrival, all the aggressive chess were turned into the side of classical chess. Just some sort of boring chess according to me because classical chess is somewhat what to say it's just boring. Chess is not, it needs to be enjoyed rather than just play boring chess. Okay, f4. Now I'll tell you an interesting fact about the King's Gambit. The former world champion Boris Spassky of the Soviet Union played King's Gambit at regularly at his tournament level. And the interesting fact is that he has not lost even a single game while playing the King's Gambit in the tournament level. Isn't it great? So now e takes f4, knight f3, g5, and now h4, g4, knight g5. The main line, so-called main line. It would appear that this only time that Morphy tried with the so-called alligator gambit. It was once favorite of the King's Gambit expert Smoky John Gallagher. Unfortunately, despite providing obvious entertaining value, this the soundness of the opening isn't out, and this led to the English Grandmaster to play the Kisaritsky Gambit. Perhaps for the same reasons, Morphy evidently concurred with this viewpoint as he too preferred the other knight move. So in this position, black played h6. Yeah, a rather astonishing feature about some of the Morphy's shorter victories is that many of his opponents won't develop their pieces at all. They will be lacking in development. So that's the main key for Morphy, because he just concentrate on development, and when he sacrifices, you might see that they are sound sacrifices, which are too good, which are just completely winning. So h6 now, there is no other option for white knight to except to take on f7. So knight takes f7, king takes f7, queen takes c4. Now in this position, black should develop his pieces as quickly as possible because he's a piece up, right? So white just mainly concentrates on development in this position, and black must concentrate on just controlling his development and to keep his piece advantage. Now in the game, the black Rousseau played queen f6, but instead the good move was to play knight f6. It hits the queen immediately, and after queen takes f4, bishop d6. Now it is the white who is behind in development and is also piece down. And after e5, you may think e5 is just win the piece, but after bishop takes e5, queen takes e5, rook e1, white is losing his queen, so he can't play that. And now queen f6. And now not exactly the fast and furious development which we are talking about. Bishop c4. Bishop c4 in this position, and king e7, knight c3. You will notice that Morphy's pieces have a bit of flooding into the game into a beautiful manner. Note after this, in a sequence of moves, you may notice that how Morphy is a creative player. So c6. But now also he is not just concentrating on developing pieces. Now The main disadvantage of c6 is that now d6 square is totally weak. Yeah, these dark squares. I mean all the dark squares. Here, 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 here. And even the queen and the king are vulnerable to danger. And the main idea of c6 is that he's stopping knight d5 from playing. So now Morphy played a very interesting move. If you want to find that move, you may pause the video. You want to know the move, what the move is? Yeah! It's some sort of creative move, e5. You might not even think of it, this move e5. You might just think that after queen takes e5, we are just a pawn down. And what's the point in giving a pawn? Just simply. And we are also losing our castling, right? But the main point is that after king d1, you may see that my rook is coming to e1. Sorry. It's coming to e1 and just drawing upon the e file with tempo. Now after king d1, now white is having the initiative. We are just going to pin his queen and the king. So after king d1, king d8 is quite forced now. And yeah, rook e1, just keeping up the initiative. Queen c5. And now instead of queen c5 in this position, black should have counterattacked with knight f6 or a d6. Now after d5, this leads to complications like queen takes c, king takes d8, after rook takes e5, pawn takes c4. Yeah, it's some sort of unclear position that black has now, and we're also having an endgame advantage, winning advantage now. So black should not take risk by playing this kind of moves. So queen c5, knight f6 could have been better. d6, yeah. So he played queen c5, and now, yeah, he's just giving a free piece on g8. So bishop takes g8, Morphy takes it. Now d5, and now only he's starting to develop his pieces, but it's too late for black. So our queen is under attack, but we keep check on e8. Boom! Right? After king takes e8 is now forced. Queen takes check. King e7 is forced. Knight takes d5. An absolute bone crusher. After pawn takes d5, queen takes e5 just absolutely wins for white. So knight takes d5, king d6. And now Morphy just simply mated with queen c7. Checkmate. Okay. Now the main point you need to notice in this game is that, as I said earlier, Morphy's win is mainly based on the opponent's development, because his opponent's development is often delayed. They just play in a bit of fear against Morphy at the time, because at the time Morphy was the king in the chess. Yeah, people would be afraid to face Morphy, like Mikhail Tal in those 1960s. Okay, let's see you in another chess video. Till then, goodbye from a life around 64 squares, Anirudh Venkat. And if you want to support me, the link is given in the description, and you can click it and donate me. Okay, thanks for Vijay Vasantan, Satyanarayanan, Neha Srinivas, and Kalpana for donating $10 each. Okay, that's for today. Thank you.